And you know the story. Goliath gets up, challenges the Israelites 40 days. Ain't nobody step up. Then David shows up on scene. And he got a new spirit inside of him. You see, he used to be just a shepherd boy, and that's what he looks like when he walks on scene. But he's been given a new heart. A new spirit's been planted in there. And he starts speaking something ain't nobody else in that army able to do. All they doing is speaking fear. All they doing is speaking death. And because of that, ain't one of them could rise up. Because they bringing death into it. You can't live if you speak in death. David shows up. He got a new tune. He got a new word. He says something mighty and bold. And because he speaks life, life shows up. Let me show you. Verse 41. Meanwhile, David's coming to battle, right? Meanwhile, the Philistine, with a shield bearer in front of him, kept coming closer to David. He looked David over and saw that he was little more than a boy, glowing with health and handsome, and he despised him. He said to David, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. "Come here," he said, "and I'll give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals." David said to the Philistine, let's just stop it right there. Do you see what David did? David said to the Philistine, David spoke to the problem. He didn't ask God to take the giant away. He didn't say, God, make me a new route. God, this is too much for me. He spoke to the problem. And how did he speak? In the name of his God, he came against the problem. Quit your whining and speak. Speak life and gain victory. Look what David did. David said to the Philistines, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will hand you into my hand, and I'll strike you down and cut off your head. I promise you, big boy. This very day I will give the carcass of the Philistine army to the birds and the wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." You think the stone killed Goliath? Oh no, my man. David had him dead to rights before he ever let the stone sling out his sling. He had him dead when he spoke. He spoke life, and life followed. He had his victory when it came out his mouth. And some of y'all just been quiet too long. Some of y'all been trying any way but the right way. And you just need to speak today. You need to declare with your mouth what is in your heart, because what he has planted in there is meant to birth and live. So get to speaking like David against your giant, against your problem, and you gonna see God deliver some results like only he can. Get to speaking, and speaking well about the situation. You speak what God told you. You speak what he's declared to you. I don't care what it looks like. You speak what God has said, because we walk by faith, not by sight. And faith is believing God's word over anything else, over anything we see, over anything we hear. What he is declaring to us is truth. You speak it, and I promise you, he's going to come and fulfill it, because he's going to take care of his name's sake. He cannot lie. His word is like silver refined 7 times. It's good as gold.